Last year, as the Boeing MAX was headed towards recertification, Southwest Airlines let the rumor slip out that for the first time in the company's history, they were flirting with the Airbus's new sexy little flyer, the A220, formerly known as the Bombardier C-Series aircraft. Well, this week comes word that Southwest is reportedly talking with Boeing about a 300 plane order for their smallest 150-seat MAX-7. So that begs the question, does Southwest have eyes for the A220, or are they still in love with the MAX? We talk about it next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. I hope you are all doing well wherever you may be all around this great big world of ours. Since we're going to be talking about the Airbus A220 in this story, it's important to point out that Boeing had a chance to buy the C-Series, now known as the A220, from Bombardier before Airbus, but they blew it, and Airbus swooped in and bought the entire A220 program for just $1 Canadian. No, you heard that right, $1. I did a video on this and it was featured on the global European aviation site Fliegerfaust. I'll post a link of the incredible true story of how Boeing could have had it all down below. According to John Ostrower with the online aviation magazine Air Current, Boeing and Southwest Airlines are in discussion with partners General Electric and Safran to try and iron out contractual issues surrounding the MAX's CFM LEAP 1B engines. The engines are a venture between GE and Safran, the French engine maker. But if you think that leaves Airbus out of this deal, think again. Because every day this deal is delayed, the sexier the A320 gets for Southwest, and Boeing becomes in danger of losing their biggest customer. An unnamed Southwest executive told the Air Current, Boeing, GE, and Safran can still take this offer off the table, and if it goes to a competition between Boeing and Airbus, the Southwest executive said Boeing is destined to lose. A 300 MAX-7 plane order would be worth about $30 billion at current list prices. But existing customers typically receive significant discounts from Boeing's retail cost, particularly a lifelong customer like Southwest, especially on the heels of the billions already lost to the 2-year MAX grounding and ongoing pandemic. Southwest has been an all-Boeing customer since day one, and they are imminently due to replace their aging 737-700 aircraft. The order would be a huge win for the recently revived MAX program. Southwest has an all-Boeing 737 fleet totaling 730 jets, including 482 737-700s with an average age of 16.5 years. Of those 730 jets, 398 737-700s are flying, 84 are already parked. Earlier in January of this year, Addison Schoenland of Air Insight, a U.S.-based air consultancy firm, told clients in a new report if Southwest wanted to replace all those 737-700s, they would have ordered hundreds of MAX-7s by now. But they haven't. The MAX-7 is the smallest of Boeing's MAX family and has very few orders so far. Southwest ordered only 30 MAX-7s, and Schoenland says the odds of those getting delivered are dropping. Southwest says the MAX crisis cut its profit by $828 million in 2019 alone. In 2020, Boeing paid Southwest $428 million in compensation for the 2-year MAX grounding and delivery delays. It was the Air Current newsletter that first reported in 2019 that Southwest officials were kicking the tires on the A220-300 jet in Europe as part of a technical evaluation of the rival Airbus. Schoenland's data shows an A200-300 is 6% to 8% cheaper to operate than a MAX-7, offering airlines juicier profits. To win Southwest orders, Boeing must discount MAX-7 substantially to close that gap, Schoenland argues. Discounting for large orders is always substantial, so Airbus and Boeing will each be discounting significantly. Boeing's price will need to be between $28 and $32 million per jet, he said, putting Boeing in a tough spot because it cannot afford that after the 20-month global grounding. but the potential loss of Southwest's business would be catastrophic, Schoenlin adds. For Boeing, the trade-off is how much is it willing to lose. In contrast, Airbus can afford price cuts and faces only upside, including expansion of their Alabama Airbus factory. A large order would help drive its program costs down and keep the Mobile final assembly line busy for the next decade, Schoenlin says. Schoenlin thinks that Southwest is now in a position where it almost can't lose. However, there is one huge drawback for Airbus. A new Airbus airplane, a plane with a completely different cockpit configuration, will cause Southwest to lose the commonality of having just one type of aircraft, causing training time and cost to skyrocket. So can the A220 work for Southwest? Southwest's low-cost strategy has always been based on the fact that all their aircraft share the interchangeable commonality in the fact that the entire Southwest fleet consists of Boeing 737s. Yet making the move to the A220 could still pay dividends. At the Aviation Online think tank Air Insight, they explain how the A220-300 competes with the 737 in the 150-seat variant. The A220 seats 145 passengers. The standard 737-700 usually seats 143, and the MAX expands that to 150. Air Insight points out that 5 extra seats might not seem like a lot, however it does affect the operational limits of the plane. An aircraft with 149 or more seats under FAA rules require one additional flight attendant, which of course add cost to the operation. Sure, the MAX 700 can be rearranged to seat less than 149. However, now that will benefit Airbus because it is a lighter aircraft than the MAX 7. The maximum takeoff weight of the Airbus A220-300 is listed at 154,000 pounds, which is 500 pounds lighter than the Dash 7, which lists its maximum takeoff weight at 177,000 pounds. But if both aircraft were set up with a 145-seat configuration, then the A220 is 15% lighter than the MAX. And as we all know, the lighter the plane, the greater the fuel savings. Air Insight puts the A220 fuel savings at 7% more than Boeing's 737 MAX-7. However, the MAX-7 has a much longer reach at 3,850 nautical miles, while the A220 can only reach 3,350 nautical miles. But that might not be a problem when it comes to Southwest, due to the fact that the longest flight Southwest offers with the current 737-700 is just over 3,000 nautical miles, with an overall fleet average of just under 900 nautical miles. However, there is no getting around the fact that the MAX is cheaper out of the box simply due to the fact that its pilots have already been trained on the 737, thus eliminating the time and expense of cross-training on the A220. Yet according to Air Insight, they say that the overall lower operating cost of the 220 could save Southwest somewhere in the neighborhood of $270,000 a day, yet still move the same number of passengers. So should Boeing be scared? Hell yeah, they should. Southwest is in a prime position right now to make a change. As I stated in the open, Air Current said that while Southwest is said to be in negotiations for 300 new MAX 7s, that total could actually even be closer to 500 planes. But will Southwest actually pull the trigger on the A220? For what it's worth, my gut tells me no. I think Southwest has Boeing by the short hairs, no matter how much Boeing is hemorrhaging cash. Yet if Southwest were to turn to Airbus, it would be one of the biggest coups for Airbus in the history of commercial aviation, as well as a monumental blow to Boeing. So what do you think? Will Southwest, for the first time in their more than 50-year history, switch to Airbus, or will they stay with Boeing? Let me know down below. And once again, I just wanted to say thank you for choosing Maximus as one of your aviation sources. I really do appreciate it. And you can help support the channel too by going to our merch shop, one of the best on YouTube, I think. There's links down below. Of course, before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time. In the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.